current challenges are done, actually, I will announce my driver giveaway.
Wait, what was your secret again, Mel?
I once put a giant befouled pair of women's underwear on a fan to keep from freezing to death one Christmas. I could run through that if folks want.
All right, run through that story really quick.
I think I have enough competency while driving through it.
All right.
Okay, so as I said, I grew up in Wyoming. I did my undergrad at the University of Colorado. But one Christmas, I had gone back to Wyoming because my car had died. I had this terrible old 1990 Astro van that I literally drove into the grave. I finally paid some man to take it away for $100. No, he gave me $100, which was awesome because it wasn't worth that. And then I'd gone back to Wyoming to spend Christmas with my mother, who was living in like central Wyoming, and my dad was over in the western part of the state. I was going to get my mother's old car because she had acquired a 1977 Lincoln Land Yacht. So I was going to get her old Subaru. Christmas Day comes, spend the morning with my mom, do the Christmas thing. Yay, presents, joy. And then my sister and I get into the Subaru that literally I acquired for my mother then. And then we started driving from Powell, Wyoming to Jackson, Wyoming. This goes through a portion of this a town called Dubois. Of course, it was named after a French trapper named Dubois, but because Wyoming is Wyoming, it's pronounced Dubois. So we're leaving Dubois. It's like dusk. All of a sudden, 2 deer leap across the road. My sister and I both go, and then we, just in time to see the 3rd deer, which did not get out of the way in time and was impacted by my vehicle. So my sister's screaming. I pull to a halt. It's fine. Well, it being us, not the deer, unfortunately. I get out of the car, and it's Christmas Day in Wyoming, so it's like -40. I get out, I look under the car, and I see this fluid just pouring.
Why would you spend Christmas Day in Wyoming? I was like half paying attention, and we got to that part, I'm just like...
That's where my family is.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's gross. But yeah, get out of the car, see this fluid pouring out of the underneath of the vehicle. And I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. But the car is still running, so I'm like, okay, we can get back into town so we don't freeze to death out here. Because that would be a real possibility. So I start to turn the car around, and all of a sudden this pickup truck rolls up, and there's this group of rednecks there, and I roll down the window, and I'm like, guys, we're fine, we're gonna drive back into town, I'll call the highway patrol about this. And they say, no, we're just gonna take it. So as I'm limping back into town in this car with my sister, I see these rednecks loading this roadkill into the back of their truck so they can take it home and eat it. So happy Christmas to them, I guess. And then, so as we're driving back to town, I see the temperature gauge on the car literally like moving. So I am counting how long we have until the car overheats and we're stuck in the frozen snow. We managed to get into town. And it's a tiny town, like 600 people live there, right? Yeah, ruptured radiator. No, it was way worse than that. But we got back into town. Parked the car at a gas station, but the lady in there says, no, sorry, they're closing up, we can't stay there. I'd called my dad at this point, so he was driving in from Jackson, but it's like a 4-hour drive, so my sister and I have to find somewhere to go so we don't freeze to death. But in this town, in Dubois, there were literally 2 places that were open on Christmas. A bar and a laundromat. And I'm not going to go into a bar on Christmas Day with my underage sister that's full of the kind of people that would be in a bar on Christmas Day. So we go to the laundromats. There was no one there, but it was warm, so I call my dad again, let him know that we're at like the Stop and Suds or whatever it's called. And so we wait, but there's no TV there or anything like that. So we're just sitting there. So we're just sitting there, we're bored. We get done flipping through like the 1999 June issue of Guns and Ammo, and then I think I got in one of the they have the big wheeled laundry carts. I think I got in that with a broom and was like skating around the room, like poking my sister with the broom, and then I spotted this giant pair of underwear off in the corner of the laundromat. So I hoist it up on the end of the broom and fling it at my sister. She screams, ducks out of the way. I scoop it up again. I'm about to fling it at her again. As I raise up the broom, it connects with the ceiling fan and falls to the ground. And I go, aha, I have an idea.
Oh, gosh.
Jane, turn off the fan. So I grab the thing on the end of the broom. I'm gently nestling it over the edge of the fan blade when all of a sudden a cough comes from a room in the back labeled office. And I look and I realize that someone's gonna come out of there in just a second. So I kind of jump off the washing machine, throw the broom in the corner. This guy walks out right as I do, and I just stare him right in the eyes. Because I know that right above me is this giant pair of underwear. And if I break eye contact for even 1 second and look up, he's gonna look up. Then my sister and I are gonna be outside in the freezing Wyoming winter. So I'm just staring at him the whole time. He's like, hey guys, how's it going? What are you doing here? And I'm like, hit a deer, car, cold, dad's coming, please just let us stay here. Fortunately, he was eyeballing my sister the whole time. So he didn't really notice
the only time when you would say fortunately.
Yeah, exactly right. So he didn't notice the underwear, thank God. He went back into the back. When my sister flipped on the switch, the underwear began to spin on the ceiling fan. Probably like half an hour, 45 minutes later, my dad showed up and we drove away. And I looked out my window as we were driving away, and I saw the underwear still spinning on the fan, and I thought that was the most magical Christmas.
Wow.
That is a good story.
That's special.
Donate for the story.
Yes,
that was a good story.
And playing